There's not a lot in this world that we can be truly certain about. But I'm willing to guarantee that most of us in this room have seen this little blue dog before. This little dog is, of course, the star of the global smash hit children's show, Bluey, created and founded right here in Brisbane. The show also takes place here, with the iconic skyline and sights visible as we follow the adventures of the Heeler family. Bluey, a primary school-aged blue Heeler dog, her little sister Bingo, their dad Bandit, and their mum Chili. Each bite-sized 7-minute episode offers a slice of life, delving into valuable life lessons and the nuances of parenting through a playful lens of childhood imagination. Since the show's debut in 2018, Bluey has taken the world by storm. The international success in particular is unlike any Australian media of its kind. In fact, Bluey is so popular that there are countless videos of kids in other countries pronouncing things like "no" and "mom" in little Australian accents. But what if I told you that the show isn't just a hit with kids? Evidently, I am not a child. Nor do I have any kids yet. But let me tell you, I have spent hours laughing, crying, questioning life, just being captivated by cartoon dogs. And it isn't just me. You might be surprised to see that this adult Bluey fans Facebook group has more than 600,000 members. Then there's the Bluey subreddit with over 200,000. And Bluey's also Insta-famous with 1.3 million followers. It's no secret, older audiences love Bluey, which really got me thinking, I mean, there has to be something more going on here because, well, no offense to the average 3-year-old, but you wouldn't find me watching something like Peppa Pig or Cocomelon in my free time. So what is it about Bluey that draws in older audiences? The show's creator, Joe Brumm, has spoken openly about his goal of creating something that parents and carers can genuinely enjoy rather than just tolerate. And there are definitely parts of the show that feel like they were put in for the adults watching, which isn't a new thing. I mean, we've all seen something like Shrek and been kind of astonished by some of the things that they slipped in there. But what I love about Bluey's adult subtext, we'll call it, is that its objective isn't always being crude or cheeky, but being relatable. And one of the most relatable moments of Bluey are the scenes where we see the back seat of the family car. I can see so much of my own childhood in this image, and I bet a lot of you watching have had a car that looks a lot like that one. Like most children's shows, Bluey episodes appear to be centered around some kind of life lesson. There's the classic, listen to your parents, eat your veggies, get back on the bike when you fall down. But then there are lessons like work-life balance is important. Raising kids isn't easy. Sometimes you'll make mistakes. Aging can be daunting, and your health means everything. Not quite what you'd expect from a kids' show, is it? There's no shortage of moral teachings for kids and for adults. In particular, the show portrays adulthood in a way that's realistic and nuanced. We see the adult characters making mistakes, getting emotional, learning all kinds of lessons of their own. You can imagine how reassuring that would feel for a first-time parent or a teenager heading into adulthood. In the episode Baby Race, Chili, the mum, speaks openly about her experience with overthinking parenting and comparing herself to the other mums around her. She says she'll never forget receiving a visit from her friend Bella, a mother of 9 who's learnt a thing or two. Bella listens to Chili's troubles and tells her, "There's something you need to know. You're doing great." These words are spoken to Chili on screen, but they aren't meant only for her ears. And it's interactions like these that set Bluey apart from the average kids' media. The show openly engages with its older viewers, not only acknowledging their presence, but often communicating directly to them. The level of dimension and authenticity in Bluey's stories and characters is exceptional. The writers haven't shied away from portraying disabilities and neurodivergence, and have even touched on things like anxiety, divorce, infertility, bullying, and death. The show's received a lot of praise for its portrayal of these more substantial themes in a way that is still digestible and meaningful for its younger audience. It can prompt adults to have conversations with kids about things that they might not have come across before. It could also help a child understand their own experience if they're going through something similar. There's an authenticity in the way that Bluey incorporates very important, real aspects of life with an appropriate balance of fun and lightheartedness that you'd expect from a cartoon. This authenticity has resonated with younger and older viewers alike. The show captures a quintessential childhood experience, evoking a rich sense of nostalgia in its older viewers, especially for Australians, seeing the crows and bin chickens hanging around the rubbish, or watching Bluey and Bingo get a sausage and bread at their local hardware store. Look familiar? But you don't need to be Australian to appreciate Bluey. There's such a true-to-life portrayal of imagination and play, with themes of school and friends and growing up, which makes the show so nostalgic. There are so many games and rhymes and dance moves that nobody even remembers learning. Every kid just seems to know. And Bluey incorporates these stunningly. The human brain is hardwired to crave that nostalgia. It makes us feel good, warm inside. From a psychology standpoint, adults often turn to things like nostalgia and childlike activities as a form of escapism, transporting our minds back to a simpler time to step away from the pressures of daily life for a little while. And there's good reason for this. As we grow up, life tends to become a lot less whimsical. There's very little room in our adult world for make-believe and pretend, and the way that we use our imaginations becomes a lot more practical and a lot less playful. For me, I'm not sure exactly when, but one day I stopped believing in the fairies that were living in the garden. And now, if I fall asleep in the car, I don't wake up magically in my bed. I just wake up with a weird neck. So the ability to escape for a moment, to re-experience some of that long-lost childhood magic through the lens of Bluey, has provided a lot of comfort and wholesomeness that's really touched people's hearts. Some adult fans who lived through difficult childhoods have described watching Bluey as therapeutic and healing. They find that it offers them a chance to vicariously experience the safe, warm, and positive environment that the characters are growing up in. It's also worth noting that Bluey's skyrocket into stardom sort of coincided with the COVID-19 pandemic. As the demand for at-home entertainment for children surged, a lot of grown-ups also found themselves turning to things like cartoons and nostalgic media as a way of getting through the worst of the pandemic. People can be particularly drawn to escapism during tough times. And in the last few years, a beautiful cartoon about a family of dogs has become a beacon of solace for many of us. So, relatability, authenticity, nostalgia, and comfort. There is one more key element that draws adult viewers into the world of Bluey, and that is the show's profound ability to introduce new perspectives. For a lot of us grown-ups, we have a responsibility to teach and nurture the little ones in our lives. But equally, there is so much that we can learn from them. Children approach the world with an innate sense of wonder. They always seem to find enjoyment and novelty in the mundane. And if it isn't there, they will create it. To Bluey and Bingo, that isn't just a swing, it's a cocoon. Let's play butterflies. That piece of cardboard looks like a volcano. I know, let's pretend we're dinosaurs. Anything can be a game. Anything can be new and exciting and fun. A lot of us adults, with our serious lives and our developed frontal lobes, could do with a reminder of that. Kids teach us to do a silly walk to spice up the housework, throw a sticky gecko toy at the ceiling and wait for it to fall down. Make friends with a stranger, dance in public, save a caterpillar's life. They teach us to approach the world with curiosity and hope and playfulness, and above all, they teach us not to take ourselves too seriously. Bluey has grown a devout audience of children, teenagers, and adults. And that's thanks to its relatability and authenticity, as well as the comfort and perspective that it has to offer. With its dimensional stories and characters against a backdrop of vibrant Australian imagery, Bluey really is more than just another cartoon for kids. So next time you find yourself interacting with a child or watching one of their TV shows or movies, remember that there may be something much deeper at play. And keep an eye out for all the weird and wonderful things that you can learn from little humans and little blue dogs. Thank you.